Sun Devils. Sparky and the gang ready and fired up with this matchup. And wow, do we have a fun one here ahead. A top 10 team walking into this snake pit of an environment, just trying to get out alive. This will be fun, as we'll see the number 10 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the 11th ranked team, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Sun Devils will kick this away to start us off. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll start off with a deep shot. It's caught on the left side for a huge gain. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's going to take off here. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Lets it go quickly. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Tackled at the 5-yard line. Now it's 1st and goal right there. So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, that defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel and understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the
Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers.
This is why this offense is one of the more dangerous offenses in the country. The quarterback and his legs. It's one thing to try to stop him throwing the football, but you better keep eyes on him because you can see not only can he get out into the open, he has got serious speed to take it to the house.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Guys up front line up. It's 1st down. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. Looks to his left and makes the completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. They're going to run the option. Pitches to the back. He'll be stopped for a loss on the play. The defense all over the option that time.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another 3rd down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
And they'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the running back comes up a little bit short of the first down. Big decision here for this offense because they are down a touchdown here early in the game. They don't want to dig themselves too big of a potential hole.
This one is out of bounds, and that'll give the offense great field position. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? Great cut there. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain here.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
The game makes it second and medium. Handoff from the shotgun. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
There's contact on the throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, the defense does a really nice job here of not only pressuring the quarterback, but not tipping their hand with coverage. They went to double coverage, but didn't show it till late. They confused the quarterback, and they almost came up with an interception.
Defense is coming after him. Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble. Third down play coming up. They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
This Missouri offense is moving quickly down the field. It's a quick grab. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down. You see more positive yards after the catch here.
Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Stopped right there, but it's 1st and goal at the 5.
How many first downs is that on this drive? This defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
The offense threatening now, 1st and goal. Here's the option play. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
Where the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line, you love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And they're able to tack on the extra point.
Arizona State, 0.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Arizona State offense comes back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
He'll hand it off. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down.
Here's the second down play. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Brings up third down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Mizzou 14, Arizona State 0.
First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. And the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. On 1st down, it's play action. Fires it to the wideout. Grab down the middle. It's Burns. An explosive play across midfield all the way to the 41.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
QB decides to keep it here. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here in the option. I'll give them credit, they didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
That's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's 3rd down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And he'll be brought down.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, And then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. On third down, it's a handoff. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now.
Brings up fourth down.
So no hesitation. The offense is on the field to go for it here. It's a crucial play. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Boy, that is some determination by this offense here. Picking up a new set of downs on the run. The call works out perfectly. You just needed 2 yards. You pick it up. Now you've got another chance at points.
Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Single back takes the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. And 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Touchdown, Tigers! This offense cannot be stopped. That's a test of toughness and a test of will, and the running back won that battle.
Yeah, that's a great effort. Love to see running backs get their knees up and run through those potential arm tackles. That's what makes him one of the top backs in the country.
Point after, up and good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the fair catch, signal for and take it. Arizona State offense comes back on the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Tries to beat the pressure with a deep shot. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. An explosive play, big gain across midfield to the 42.
And just like that, Chris, all of a sudden the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, they changed their approach. That's a big play. So instead of just maybe trying to get into field goal range, now they're really thinking they got a shot to maybe get the ball in the end zone.
Look at this. He'll go deep again. Caught right near the sideline for a big gain. Tackle made after a big gain. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. The ball is picked off. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out onto the field. Interesting position here. How aggressive do they get to try to add to this lead before halftime? It's an out route. The catch made. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
And the back now goes in motion. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And looking for a big play here. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he steps out of bounds. Crucial takeaway. Great play by this defense.
Well, when you play cover 3, you leave your corners essentially on an island downfield. Love how the corner does a nice job of being able to stay in position, stalk the receiver, and locate the ball for that interception.
Catch made on the left side. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. How aggressive will they be on this first down play? And the quarterback dropping back. Running back has it on a screen now. And bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy.
Well, the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screen play. Nice positive gain for the offense.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Fires it to the wide out. Ball's incomplete. A lot of heat on that throw.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions. Locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
So off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 3. The pocket breaking down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
The ball near midfield. The head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Complete to the running back on this 4th down play. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and a receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
They'll run it here. The running back has the ball. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
And the Sun Devils getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Throws it to the right. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Arizona State. This quarterback on fire today. That's a crucial score for the offense. Chipping away, Kirk, just trying to stay in this game here.
It's too early to see if this touchdown is going to change the momentum and allow them to cut down into the lead even further. Or if you're this head coach, you tell your team, let's just keep chipping away.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage.
offense will take over. First and 10.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. First down, looking to throw the football. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. They tried a desperation pass there as time runs out in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get the second half underway.
Set to kick this one away.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, and a touchback would have been a better idea.
First and 10.
Back comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. Quarterback still with the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. We'll take a deep shot. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Missouri. And the interception taken to the house. A pick 6. Potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And the coverage team able to bring him down. And the Arizona State offense comes back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Caught quickly.
You know, it's third down. As a quarterback, you're sitting there back in the pocket trying to find a matchup that you like. Pretty much everything taken away. I like his thought to get it to the running back because he's a talented, gifted player, but he just could not wiggle free to pick up the first down.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And they've got the returner corralled. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. This group has been rolling up double digits at halftime. They've just built on that lead here in the second half. Escapes the pocket. That's a big gain, finally brought down near the 37.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
Important second down play coming up. They're going to run it. Mack gets the carry. Makes the defender miss. Touchdown, Tigers. And the beatdown continues. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And your Arizona State Sun Devils will take over 1st and 10.
And the Arizona State offense comes back on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They stop him right at the 24.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Running back grabs it on a screen. He's found some room at the 45. And it's a huge chunk play. The tackle was finally made, but the ball moved to the 47-yard line.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Ooh, that came close to breaking into the secondary and potentially a big play. Read option, the quarterback keeps it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yards. Only a nice tackle prevented it from going all the way.
Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Touchdown, Sun Devils. Strong game by this quarterback.
Chris, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver here is exceptional. Great route here to sell that post to the inside and then break it off to the corner. And the quarterback anticipates it well, puts it on the money for that touchdown.
And he knocks through the PAT. Now they get set to kick it away.
Set to kick this one away.
Returner decides to fair catch this. First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Trying to extend the play. Here's the throw deep downfield. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, that's going to go down as an incompletion, obviously, but I like that the quarterback showed his ability to escape, broke loose from the pocket, and put the ball on a string. Just wasn't able to come up with that completion.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 25. What's the call going to be? Snags a quick throw. Breaks loose at the 45. Stopped right near midfield. It'll be a first down.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
The pre-snap motion from the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Works his way inside the 10. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Man, I love how they're using the receiver here in motion. With a weapon like this, just get him the football. Simple throw for the quarterback. He's got all that speed built up. You get him the ball out there in space with a couple of blockers, and you get big plays like this right here.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, there's the defense stepping up and making a nice play. Let's face it, this quarterback has been tough to deal with. He's been able to run and pick up some good yards, but this time, the defense is in position, and they tackle him for a loss.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And he drops back in the gun. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. And he'll go down after a nice pickup on the play. That'll be a first down.
Well, it's a great catch near the sideline and does a good job of getting that foot down to secure the catch.
They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Missouri. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Chris, you think this guy, when he went to bed last night at the team hotel, thought he would score not 1, not 2, but 3 rushing touchdowns in 1 game? What a day.
Point after, knocked right through. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
42, Arizona State, 14.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Arizona State offense out of the field. Handoff heading left. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he lobs it deep down the middle. And the deep shot falls incomplete. But wait, there is a flag on the play, so we'll check that out. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Time for one more play here in the quarter. And now the running back's got it again. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the 3rd quarter of play.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Missouri 42, Arizona State 14.
Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. They're moving the receiver now before the snap. That's a design quarterback keeper. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. Going the other way. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Tigers. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6.
Great job here by the defense coming up with yet another play. Boy, they are just pouring it on today, dominating in every phase.
Automatic on the PAT. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
14.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Arizona State Sun Devils will take over 1st and 10.
And the Arizona State offense comes back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after going a pick 6 last time out here. It's an option look. And now it's fumbled. What a decision. It's a turnover. Touchdown, Missouri. On the scoop and score.
Touchdown, Missouri.
That's a scoop and score. Defense making a monster play there.
Well, his eyes must have gotten so big when he saw that ball pop out, chance to pounce on it, and instead of doing it the more conservative way and just falling on it, he decides to take it to the house for a touchdown, something he'll remember for the rest of his career.
Arizona State 14.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. It'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team.
Arizona State Sun Devils will take over 1st and 10.
And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. Quarterback keeps the football, and they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Well, the linebacker is really the quarterback of the defense on this play. Diagnosed that read quickly and executed it flawlessly. He just flew in and blew up the option play for a loss.
Backed up here, 2nd and long from the 15.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Come on, set!
Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me?
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the quarterback keeps it here. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
That's exactly how you want to defend the option. Their old school way is assignment football. You have to account for the quarterback, the pitch man. Here, the quarterback had really nothing other than just kind of lower his head and get as much as he could. Fortunately for the defense, it wasn't very much.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 45. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play.
Get set! Get set!
And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Receiver in motion now. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So here we go, 3rd down. Defense needs to stop here, try to force a field goal attempt. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on.
Touchdown.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
And they tack on the extra point. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
Arizona State, 14.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the Arizona State offense comes back on the field. This one has been a beatdown for the ages, a demolition, an evisceration. And there's the handoff. That's a solid gain, moves the ball to the 29. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible.
Chris, as this clock winds down, it has been a rough day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going. You hope they're able to go back, look at the film, try to learn from the mistakes, and come out the next week looking much better than they did today.
And moves the ball to the 37 for a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
He shreds the tackle. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly.
Brings up second down.
Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. The pass rush closing in. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
Play action here on first down. And here comes a deep shot. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Touchdown, Missouri. And this one is getting ugly.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. On first and 10, looking to throw. Looking to scramble. This throws it away, but takes a big hit in the process.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better.
And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Catch made way downfield. That's going to help the Scouts a little bit, and will make a difference in the outcome.
Good enough for first down.
Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.